All you got to do is just give us thumbs up, and we are there. Live on Facebook. All right.
We are ready.
Can't hear you. Say again.
Okay. We are live on Facebook, everybody.
Hey.
Hey!
So we're here with the White brothers today, Robbie and Stephen.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
We're good. We're going to adjust the camera just a little bit so you can see us a little better, we think. Well, you know, these technology things. So don't mind Robbie. He snuck in there to get a chocolate cupcake, but because the butter is hot, getting ready to go on a fresh hot cake.
Well, it is his birthday today, isn't it? So, I mean, he deserves one.
Yes, it is. Today is, we won't tell you how old, I mean, how young, how many years of wisdom. Is that how you say it? Yes, how many years of wisdom he has. But it's a lot.
Okay. Always a fun time with you guys. It's always a fun time. You keep me on my toes, that's for sure.
Well, we try. Somebody needs to. Yes. Somebody does. But so we're playing with the camera a little bit. We don't mean to, but we're just trying to get it to stay. But what do you want to know?
Our filming crew.
Okay, so tell us why your company is, or your business is named Irari Jewelry. And did I say that right?
Irari, yes. Irari is a Pawnee word. And in the Pawnee language, there are no R's. So when you see it spelled out, it's I-R-A-R-I. But those R's represent the sound D. Much like
the two T's in butter. Duh.
Duh.
It's not butter and it's not butter. It's butter.
Butter. So
there you go.
Irari. Yes, Irari means brother in Pawnee language.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, well, you may not know, but now you know. We're brothers. Yes. One of them's got a birthday today.
And one of you had a birthday earlier this week, didn't you?
That was me. I had a birthday 6 days ago.
So, no, we're not twins. He's like 6 or 7, 2 years older than me.
Yeah, but we're so close, most people think we are. Well, except for the hair and the height and the, well, anyway. So Irari is a Pawnee word for brother. And so a little about our story. We took a road trip to New Mexico to go see family friends, and some advice that they gave us while we were out there.
That's Jamie Drum, brother to Doug Drum, and Doug, you're probably watching right now.
So
and
Doug,
Kathy.
And so Doug Drum gave us the advice. He said,
Jamie did.
Jamie did.
Yes.
They said spend time together. So we took the advice and we actually enrolled in a Pawnee language course. And so from Muskogee to Pawnee, that's a 2-hour drive. And so we would once a week go to Pawnee. So we spent 2 hours there and 2 hours back, just dreaming and thinking and what if, and could we do this? And really from that time, we decided we would do a show.
You know, he says that, and I have to say, it was 2 hours from when I picked him up to there and then 2 hours back, but I still lived another 45 minutes away. And a lot of times on Tuesday nights after we got back from class, I just slept in my car or slept at the work because we have showers and everything there instead of driving all the way home, then having to come all the way back into town. So, whenever someone says, what did you do to go to class? I tell you.
We did a lot.
We did a lot. We did a lot.
One of us more so than the other. But we did.
But we both did.
So we grew up in a business. People are going to say, well, how do you know jewelry? Well, Mom did Indian beadwork. She is Pawnee. That's where we get our Pawnee bloodlines. And Dad did silversmithing. So by growing up around them, we learned the silversmithing and the beadwork.
And Jamie and Doug and Kathy's dad,
Paul,
PD Drum, is the one that taught our dad.
So it's a family legacy.
It really is.
Yes, yes, very much so. And the Drum family is very much family to us. But we were both born out in Roswell, New Mexico, so we know that Southwest culture.
I was probably born in Dexter, but he was born in Raleigh.
No,
But go on.
so we know turquoise and silver, and we grew up around it, and so we really, really appreciate that. Now, being Pawnee, we are also Plains Indians, which would be more the beadwork, quill work,
Okay.
a little bit of different work. So what we've done is we've kind of mixed the two together, merged them. So what you will see is Irari jewelry is really a combination of where we came from, who we are, and where we are now. So that's the simple of the story.
There are not too many Pawnee silversmiths. There are a few of us, so we're not the only two, but there are very few of us that do this.
Yes.
And we want to continue it on with our families.
So
Okay.
people
Are you
ask,
training the next generation?
slowly.
Yeah, slowly, but yes.
Yes.
Yes, my daughter has done many pieces of beadwork that is very beautiful pieces. So yes.
And my kids have just played with it. So I've got two, and they've just kind of played with it. So, but they're getting familiar, more and more familiar.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So we would love to pass it along and share the art of the jewelry. And because each piece of jewelry, much like each piece tells a story.
It does. It does.
It's not just a piece of turquoise, or this one's got a buffalo fetish at the very end of it. It's not just a simple.
Get that a little closer to the camera.
Okay. It's not.
Nope,
I gotta remember where the camera is.
There you go.
That's the buffalo fetish with the silver, and then it's got. I got to think here a minute. It's tourmaline is the black stone above. The jewelry there, the ring there that you see, it's not just plain turquoise and silver. I mean, they tell a story. There's something behind each piece. Whenever Robbie and I get a chance, we love to do things together. And so we've collaborated on several things. Can you get that big drop? This was a piece that Robbie did most of the silver
That
work.
is gorgeous.
They Robbie did all the silver
one
work.
big stone.
Oh, it's beautiful stone. I don't know if you see it compared to my hand, but it is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And but that's a piece that we've gotten to work together with. I've done some beadwork, and so I don't know if you can see, but each of these pieces is beaded with number 13 cut check beads. And so Robbie and I worked together and put a bumblebee pendant on the end of it. Bumblebee jasper, thank you. And so this piece represents he and I a lot, just because we both worked on it.
Yeah.
It's got the Plains Indians beadwork. It's got the Southwest silver work to it, silversmithing. And so we truly enjoy working together and putting things together.
So you collaborate and you represent both styles. You've made it your own thing.
Yes.
We make it our style. That's right.
We do. So
we marry it together.
It is Irari jewelry. And it's not just Southwest, it's not just Plains, it's not just Pawnee, it's Irari jewelry. It's the brothers' jewelry. But we do a lot of things like bracelets. Go ahead and show us some bracelets.
Do some bracelets. And this is this piece of turquoise. I hope my dad's not watching. I took it out of his turquoise vault. That's what I always call it, his turquoise vault. But I took that from my dad, and actually he gave it to us, and used it in a bracelet. And I didn't want it straight on, and I didn't want it sideways, so I put it at an angle. Let me tell you, I've had more people tell me how much they like the angle of the turquoise on that one. And I've got some twisted wire in the middle of it, and half round on the side, just to make a bracelet. So that was a fun one to make.
So one thing that Dad's taught us is to cut and polish rocks.
our own turquoise. And whenever we go, we will buy rough turquoise. We will buy, rough or slabs of turquoise and then do it ourselves. This piece of turquoise is almost 1,000 carats of Sleeping Beauty turquoise. This is a very large piece of Sleeping Beauty. Well, I'm not going to say very large. I've seen a lot bigger, but it's a big piece of Sleeping Beauty. But we take this and we'll cut it. We'll slab it out, if you will, or cut it into slices. And then each one of those slices, we will make into a cab. The French word is cabochon.
Right.
So little cab, there's a small one, but we set them like that.
And cabochons are flat in the back and maybe domed on the front. Is that right?
Yes, but this one is actually a piece of Sleeping Beauty that I made into a necklace. It's got a nice heavy chain on it. You really can't see the chain that good, but anyway, it is a beautiful, big, beefy chain for a man. However, mostly women put it on. But it is I've fallen in love with this piece. Man, I might sell it someday. I don't know.
That's the problem with making beautiful things. It's like, do I want to sell it or not? So we have a question from the people watching, and you kind of briefly touched on this, but maybe they didn't catch it. They were wondering where you learned to make jewelry, and you said you learned from an uncle. Is that right?
No, it's from our mother and father, our dad mostly. Dad has done this for many, many years. And the guy that taught him, we've also learned from him many years ago. He's passed on now. Our father is still with us. He's 81 this year.
Oh, wow.
But I remember on weekends, Dad would say, well, we're going to make a ring today, boys. And he literally meant go get a piece of rough turquoise, make it into a cab, put the bezel around it, make some make our own twisted wire, put it on a piece of silver, the bezel and the twisted wire soldered on there, make a ring shank, split the ring shank with a saw, make that into a V at the side. I don't have any of those right now because I'm too lazy evidently. But he would allow us, I'm not going to say make us do that, but man, it was fun because we would get to do that on weekends.
Right. And I'm sure your skills have come a long way from those first attempts.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Well, and also whenever we would be homesick from school, Mom would have us sit down at the kitchen table or the dining room table and put a plate of beads in front of us, and we'd be keychains or put it on the loom.
Rosettes. Mom always had us do rosettes. I remember that when we were little, for me. And you're right, she would always make a loom out for me. And loom work, put this one on a bracelet, and actually had a lady talking to me about this particular bracelet. But this is one that I put on leather and put onto a bracelet form that I had. And it's a cute one, but I also have the baby size. I don't know if you can see the difference there.
Oh, yeah.
I have the baby one too. It goes with it, little different color scheme, but the same pattern.
So then we do a variety of different beadwork. We don't do a lot of just the plain flat work. The loom work, Robbie does more of. The peyote stitch. Here's just a little pendant. Let me see if I can get it right. Just a little pendant.
So many different tribes have a different word for this. There's peyote stitch, there's gourd stitch, and then you get into how many drops. It'll bog your mind.
But we enjoy doing the beadwork. We enjoy doing the silk work. And the truth of the matter is everything that we put out, that we make, each of us can make what's there. So even though I tend to do a little more of something and he tends to do a little more something else, he can do everything I do and I can do what he can do. He may be a lot better at some things than I am, but that's the reason we're collectively Dottie Jewelry. That's the reason we decided to do this as brothers and put out the product that we do.
We don't feel that we're two different artists coming together to make a business.
Yeah.
We are a Dottie Jewelry. That is us.
It is. So, do you guys have anything special going on for Mother's Day that's coming up this weekend? Any specials or?
Well, there's always big beefy pieces of turquoise. See if we can, whoops, show you some, or beautiful bird fetish necklace. Robbie's got rings and rings.
I've got plenty of rings. Can't really see that one.
Oh, yeah.
Just a silver ring on that one. I do have some really, really wide bands with some Sleeping Beauty turquoise on it. I've got Kingman turquoise. I've got Fox turquoise. I've got many different mines. Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of you just said it, but a lot of people here in Oklahoma may not be familiar that when you say Sleeping Beauty and Kingman, each one of those is a different mine.
Those are all different mines, and they all have a characteristic. They're almost, boy, I don't want to say it like this, but they're almost like a human being. Everybody is different. Every mine is different. Every mine has a different character to it.
It's almost its own fingerprint almost.
Yes, almost like a fingerprint. But whenever you say that, I'm thinking of more so the smaller mines. But you get into the bigger mines like Kingman. The Kingman mine, I have seen every kind of turquoise coming out of that one mine.
Every shade
of blue, green, yellow, no purple. Not even really yellow, but every shade we've seen come out of that. Every solid blue, no matrix at all. Solid matrix that have
matrix would be the veining, right?
Yes.
So good question. Yeah, the matrix is your host stone, the one that the turquoise veins go and develop into.
I love that one. It's more copper.
That is almost all matrix, but it's well, actually, that's not Kingman. That's Royston there. But this is what I mean whenever I say that there are matrix in it with very little turquoise. There's a little bit of blue on there, but that's a gorgeous stone.
It does. It is. We got a question over on Facebook. They want to know if you guys have a website.
Ooh, so website, no. Now, what we do have is a Facebook. So it's Irari Jewelry on the Facebook, IRARI Jewelry. It's all one word. And then really from there, it's a matter of a phone call or an email to us.
Okay. And I'll post that contact information in the comments in the video. And then the video will be on our Facebook page later on. And I will also upload it to YouTube. Many of you may not know that Oklahoma Indian Festival has a YouTube page now. So you guys are YouTubers.
Yes. I'm an old YouTuber.
So it'll be on the YouTube page, and then everybody can go and ask all their questions there for you too. And you guys can share that in your Christmas cards or whatever.
A question that we get a lot of times is, do you work with other stones other than turquoise? And that's a hard answer to come out with. I want to say, no, we don't. And that's kind of abrupt, and it's kind of shortening what we can do, but we work with turquoise. We love turquoise. We look at all different kinds of turquoise. We use all different kinds of turquoise from around the world, not just in the United States. But you saw that one piece a while ago that had the jasper, that bumblebee jasper. We've got some that have shell. There's a piece of shell in that ring. We have,
if you see this, it's lapis is the dark. And then in between the lapis is
spiny oyster.
Spiny oyster. There's an orange and a red spiny oyster, and a little bit of tiger eye. So we're not.
We will be glad to use anything.
We do know other stones.
Yeah, we like turquoise.
We like turquoise. Yeah, we don't apologize for it.
That's okay. You know, my nickname for you guys is the Turquoise Brothers. So I mean,
that's right.
We like that.
These are spiny oyster shell study rings that I made.
Ooh.
So they're really beautiful little tiny spiny oyster shell. I also have some. You really can't see them in there because the black drowns out the purple. But
That's some wampum, isn't it?
Huh?
Is that wampum?
Actually, this is not. These are.
We need more wampum.
Yeah, we need more.
Do you know where we
wampum.
can get any
I wonder
wampum?
where I could get some of that.
Gee, I don't know. I don't know.
Cherokee copper people, they have
Yes, good Cherokee copper people.
they got good.
These are
wampum,
some
too.
purple rings though. And that's actually purple spiny oyster shell too.
You were asking
Okay.
about Mother's Day. I hope you can see, but there are some sets on there. Just a little simple little necklaces
Mhm.
with some earrings to go. And the idea is we make stuff at all price ranges. We're going to be able to accommodate most everybody in price. We try to price everything fairly. And,
Right.
and when you see $500 on a necklace, just understand there's a reason it's a $500 necklace.
Oh, yeah.
And so
As the wife of a jeweler, I completely understand that. And you probably are,
understand.
yes.
your price probably should be even more than $500, most likely.
But if you wonder about the 500, ask us. We will be glad to explain why it is 500 because of the different products that we use, the different materials that we use. Sometimes it's hard to get some material.
Especially the stones.
Like the
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty turquoise. That mine was shut down in I think 2012. I'm sure somebody might correct me on that, but I believe 2012 was the last time Sleeping Beauty mine was open to the public or even open for prospecting at all. It has been closed down. So this is something you will never see again.
Right.
But some of the turquoise, this is just a simple little necklace, but the turquoise on it is Sonoran gold, and it's out of Mexico. And the picture doesn't do it justice, but it's a bright green with a contrast bright blue. And so the two together just are gorgeous pieces together. That's funny. I caught myself saying gorgeous. My kids tell me I said that too much. I say that too much. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Well, he talks to me a lot, so that's probably why he says gorgeous.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, but we as you can tell, we love to talk. So if somebody has questions and they want to know something about it.
Yeah, if you call us, we're probably going to talk to you a while.
Yeah, I think we answered all the questions over on Facebook for now. But you
Good.
guys are going to be back with us on Saturday, right?
Yes. We look forward to it.
We're excited about it. Yes. And might I add, this lineup that you've got put together is incredible. The different artists, I am so thankful to be a part of this group.
That leather earlier was cool, man.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, that purse that she had. Oh, that was gorgeous.
So somebody just commented gorgeous, they want you to know. And then
Gorgeous.
somebody else said that in August 2012, the Sleeping Beauty mine ceased turquoise mining to focus on copper extraction.
That's
Yeah.
correct. So they are correct.
So
See, that was the downfall of the number 8 mine. Number 8 was, 72? I think 1972. And gosh, I'd probably get either corrected or whatever on this. But the number 8 mine, there's a lot of number 8 floating around.
A lot.
But the number 8 mine was sold to get the copper out of it, and the mountain is now gone.
Literally gone.
So when I say you'll never get any of that, you will never get any of that again out of that because it is literally gone. Where the Sleeping Beauty mine is still there. They haven't totally demolished it yet, but the number 8 mine is gone.
So you've got a fan here saying Adati jewelry is well worth the price. And another artist
Hey,
wants to know
Mom.
when you guys began singing.
Singing?
What? I was even
One of our
involved.
artists, John Timothy, wants to know when you began singing.
You know, John,
John's a funny guy.
he was my pool boy when I worked in Tulsa. John was quite the young man. I've always liked him. that anyway.
Well,
Okay.
we don't really sing. You probably don't want to hear both of us sing. Now Robbie will sit out the drum and sing. He does a really good job. I have not gotten out there yet, for a reason.
Yeah, you don't want to hear him.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Well, that's okay. Maybe Saturday we'll get you to sing.
Or
maybe
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So would like to invite everybody to check out their Facebook page, and the link is in the comments on this
Yes.
video.
Yay.
And I will go ahead and put that link up again on the page. We will be here on Saturday live, coming from,
Yay.
of course, our houses, because, you know, COVID, a lot of us are still locked down or not out and about in the real world. So we'll be here live Saturday at 1:30 with the Turquoise Brothers and all the other artists. And
We are Rona free.
Rona free.
Rona free.
good
But
to know.
Special invite to everybody to come and watch because it's a great group of artists.
You can do it in your PJs.
Yeah, come watch in your PJs and shop and meet
Yes.
all these great Native American artists from all over the country now. We've added some from outside of Oklahoma. They're coming to share their stuff with us.
Yes.
So we hope
Washington
to,
State.
yes, Washington State. And
Yes.
tune in tomorrow night because we're going to have
Mhm.
2 more artists on at 2 different times for you to
Yes.
get to meet them. And in fact, Washington State just commented, great work, guys. Our artists in Washington State. So,
I like her.
We like her a lot.
Yeah.
so we will see you all tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with our first artist. So we'll talk to you
I'm
later,
doing it.
guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Costucci,
That's Pawnee.